my bed, and I'm like, I got a buzz. And it's sad, guys. I want to hear your thoughts down below right now. Michael Porter Jr. will undergo a surgical procedure on his lower back and miss an indefinite period. His agent, Mark Bartelstein of Priority Sports, tells ESPN. Bartelstein, hopefully I'm saying that name correctly, tell me if I'm saying it, says Porter's expected to make a full recovery. Timetable on return will come after surgery, according to Adrian Wojnarowski. Surgery will be Wednesday. Porter Jr. made a full recovery from a back procedure prior to the NBA, and this is expected to be the same case again. Denver starts a 7-game road trip in Miami tonight. Nuggets 9 to 10 players have been what they've been using, and they're without their two guys right now, Porter and Murray. I don't know why that was so hard for me to get out. I mean, I did just have the flu, but I'm going to hear you guys' thoughts. Let's just talk about it. We were watching Michael Porter Jr., and it wasn't the same guy. This was a guy that last year was the best moving three-point shooter in the entire league. He arguably looked like the second coming of Kevin Durant. If you wanted to be like quite frank and like hype him up, he looked dominant. He looked like it was gonna be something insane. He was looking incredible. But this year he never got his footing. Maybe an injury happened in the offseason, but he just looked out of sorts. He did not look like Michael Porter Jr. of last year. And this is a team that's already, missing Jamal Murray. And I think this team has done, they're arguably the best defensive team in the entire NBA right now. And we could say that this team's struggles right now is just because they don't have another scorer off the bench, you could say, because they've had to move Will Barton, basically Will Barton, Monte Morris into the starting lineup, and now they've lost, I believe, PJ Dozier for the season. So it's just Jamal Murray needs to come back. We need him back. We need him back. We need him back. I said this is one of the scariest teams because they've been able to play so good without their two other core pieces of this roster, and Aaron Gordon's been phenomenal. But this is going to, defensively, of course, this is where Aaron Gordon's going to have to step up and maybe become the third scorer of this team. Like, right now, it's Will Barton, Nikola Jokic, and then Monte Morris. And then you have some nights from, like, Zeke Nnaji, Jeff Green, Bones Highland. Like, other guys step up. Yes, that's good, but we need a guy to come on. Like, Monte Morris is going to go back to the bench when Jamal comes back. I wouldn't be surprised if Jamal Murray's brought back slowly off the bench, and then when he's fully shaken off the rust, he gets integrated back into the starting lineup. But in the time being, because Will Barton and Monte Morris in the starting lineup, you gotta look, damn, who's gonna be the guy off the bench? So they've been playing Jeff Green in the starting lineup now. So you're just like, who are we gonna put in there, as a replacement? I just think that's where we just get, it is just a little sad, and hopefully we can figure it out, and hopefully sooner than later. Like, how long is a back procedure? That's the thing. Like, I'm assuming he's out 6 to 8 weeks minimum. He's out 2 months minimum, because surgery, that's at least a month recovery. Okay? Now, we're talking back surgery. That's already, like, kind of some heavy shit right there. So, what are we thinking? Like, how long? Okay? So, it's just, it's just bad. It's not bad. I do believe that Mike Malone and Nikola Jokic, if there's anybody who's going to be able to figure this out and find the way for this team to continue to be the team that they are, it's this team. But I do think it is scary, and you're just like, damn, hopefully this doesn't really affect their season too much, because that would actually suck. You don't want that for anyone. You want the best for everybody. But I do think it does kind of suck that we're watching a guy who, remember when he was like he was like going to be drafted, his biggest concern was, will that back heal? And, like, is this actually happening? Like, is this back actually messing up? Like, that's my biggest fear is, like, remember when he had drop foot and there was all these problems and we didn't know if Michael Porter Jr. was going to, like, live. So, not live, but like have a career. It's interesting, to say the least. Let me hear your thoughts down below.